Hello Aries, welcome to your weekly tarot reading for the week of April 6th to the 12th. Okay, so I believe this one fell out first. Two of Pentacles, reverse, Hermit reverse, the Ten of Wands reverse, the Judgment card in the reverse position, the Five of Cups, the Magician reverse, the Tower reverse, and the Hierophant. Okay, I'm going to pull out two more. Six of Cups and the Temperance card. Okay, so I do feel though, for those of you who have had like a pretty rough time dealing with a loved one, I feel mainly it is a loved one. A lot of information might have come to light in the April 4th full moon lunar eclipse, and I do feel that you're like you've had it. Basically, you're dropping the ball. You're dropping that person. I do feel though that it's a little premature to do that, mainly because you're acting on impulse more than reason and logic. Okay, so it's actually very important for you to re-examine like a very recent decision that you've just made, like within this past week. It's very, very important for you to re-examine it. Mainly because this is the only card that showed up in the upright position. It means essentially that you do have a lot of regret. There's a lot of pain, a lot of regret associated with that decision, okay? And I feel that you felt very overpowered, you felt very out of control, and you didn't act in a very rational way, and you felt that the situation was so overpowering that you just had to remove yourself from that situation, and you had no control over the course of it, how it got to that point. So it was kind of like an explosion, like a big massive like blowout. um, if you are dealing with something like that, okay, let me know if you are. um, I feel that you acted a little too hastily, a little too prematurely, and you're going to have to backtrack, basically. The way the cards are laid out, I do feel very strongly that for the rest of this month, after, let's see, after the 15th even, I do feel that you're going to have to revisit this issue and resolve it. So, it's if you can do it now, or take some time off to cool off and then go back to it then, because you're going to have to. um I do sense here that for those of you who are dealing with like a work situation in which like you feel unappreciated, and you feel that they're not being fair to you, if it is a work situation and you just like walked out on the job, then I do feel that it is really important for you not to burn your bridges. So just tell them, go back and just apologize. I don't feel that you're going to have to apologize too hard, because the people themselves are a little self-interested. So, they're just glad that you're out of the picture. But you should explain yourself, just so that you don't burn bridges with the coworkers or the supervisor or the employers that you had a good relationship with, and that one person just like ruined it for everybody. So, it's important to mend bridges, okay? For those of you who are dealing with this as like a person from your past, somebody that you've had a lot of disputes, a lot of problems with, and for some reason you can't see eye to eye, you can't really have a relationship with them, and it's been like an ongoing thing, I do feel that this blowout, you like basically dropping the ball, and you just like telling them, I've had it, I can't deal with you anymore, something like that. I do feel it greatly. This is like a load off your shoulders, okay? Like you're dropping the ball. I do sense that in general, in that situation, you're going to have to go back and fix it too towards the end of this month. I'm very sorry. But I do feel that you were acting in haste, okay? For those of you who were not acting in haste, who didn't have to make a decision, what I do sense is there is a situation from your past, and you're actually going to get a chance to fix this, okay? Not this week. It's going to be like from the 15th onwards. This is something that happened, in the recent past, and it indicates to me in the reverse position, it does indicate like a falling out between people, It could also be like a major situation that is still hurts to this day. It could be like a big expenditure on a house. It could also be like a falling out between coworkers. It could also be like any type of situation that really shook you at the core. I mean, when the tower happens, you really know it's the tower. So it's something very cataclysmic, in your recent past, okay? And because it's in the reverse position, like basically it already happened. The energy of the tower is very swift, okay? So it indicates to me that this had already happened. You're still coping with the aftermath. And this is the week in which the door is opening up for you to pick up the pieces and rebuild yourself. So if you had a massive falling out, it's now time for you to move forward, okay? The judgment card next to this card indicates to me that it is going to be a very slow process. So, like I said, if you want to go back and fix it, if you want to go back and rebuild, mend that broken bridge, you're going to get an opportunity like after the 15th. Right now you're still, the energy is still like very chaotic. It's still very like everything is still so up in the air, mainly because as a fire sign you're going to feel the effects of this lunar eclipse um, down the line, okay? So it's basically it creates like a massive blowout, and then for those of you who have not dealt with that type of confrontation, you're basically going to examine some things. An eclipse in an air sign indicates that you are going to be able to phase people out of your life, and the energy itself is depending on which type of Aries you are. If you're handling it this pretty well, then I do feel that an opportunity will come in for you to fix it if you want to fix it, if you want to like repair bridges. But I would say you've been handling it well thus far, so it's important for you to just pick up the pieces for yourself, rebuild yourself, and move forward rather than dabble back in that situation with that person from the past, okay? Who has caused you a lot of concern and a lot of harm, who has really like upset you. So it's important to keep that into perspective. A lot of you too might be going through legal proceedings and new information is coming to light and it is going to get dragged on, okay? So in general, just stay still. I'm going to read for your finances. I feel that financially you're going to be okay, all right? So in the past you've had to balance two jobs. You had to balance like financial obligations, and that energy is alleviating very early on in this week, like as early as Monday. And for the rest of this week, you're going to be okay on the financial front, okay? The work situation, if this is something in your work environment, it is going to be very chaotic. And mainly, I feel that, it is tax season, so comparatively, every work environment is really going to pick up. If you're in the HR department, if you're doing like paperwork and things like that, there are going to be like a lot of problems, a lot of disputes with people with their tax forms and things like that, and you have to like fix all of this. This is a card of institutions, and taxation itself is an institutional, I guess, clause that we implement, and it's very important for you to like do things by the book, okay? Otherwise, you will they will come back to bite you. So be very, very careful about that. For those who are in governmental organizations or who are working in like large enterprises or big companies, just be very careful. Even for those who are even employed in like small, mom and pop shops, just cover your bases for this week. I feel that you're kind of like racing around, like life feels like an obstacle course. It's kind of like one thing after another and you're like cornered from every direction. So I can't say how you can manage this, but what I will say is just cover your bases. Try to slow down, okay? This is just 1 week out of the rest of your life. So don't let the energy of this week define the rest of this year, define the course of your life moving forward. So just really, really slow down. Take some time off, okay? This is basically gaining insight. You're in the reverse position too, so it's really important for you to take a breather, really slow down, Learn from past mistakes, okay? So the last time you experienced something like this where you're very frazzled, it's very important for you to take a step back and really slow down. Take a breather, okay? Um, I hope you're able to, navigate through this without a lot of problems. But we have three, no, four, five, six, six major arcana cards, and it's going to be a strong week. But I do feel that you're going to be okay, though. Don't worry about it too much, okay? Just let the week go by and like take a breather, slow down, okay, Aries? Um, Either way, I hope you have a good week. I hope the next week will look a lot more positive. For those who are going through this, I'm very, very sorry, and I wish there was more like advice I can give. It's just it seems like total blockage though. So I feel really bad. It's a bummer week, and it is your birthday month, so I really don't want to start out with this, but I do feel that you're going to be okay. So, just really, really take the time to slow down and cover your bases, okay? So, I hope that, everything works out for you. I'll see you next week.